shikia tamu, nguvu moja tu. Nipo kwenye mtambo pena kofia kichwani, nimefika pana.
Hello guys, and welcome to this channel. This is my take and I'm your host Ezekiel Mumu. This time around I've not been maybe shooting from the house. It's because the lighting is a bit a problem, so I have to go to look for lighting so that I can shoot a good content, because with this camera now I think the content is very good with the sun. With the help of the sun, it makes the video look very lively, and yeah, and this place is also quiet. You see, this place is quiet. There's some woods here, some trees here, and this place is these are cut-offs from, I think, from a tree, these types of trees. So I think it's a nice place. So and I think my son is there playing with the sawdust. So as he plays, let's see. Now today we are going to talk about the Kenya financial budget. Every year Kenya has an annual budget that is the every June budget is read Kenya, and yeah, budget is read, and different offices are given a different amount of money. And I'll give you this is the Kenyan budget, this 2026-2027, but also I will give you my take, and then you'll give me your take. What do you think about this Kenyan budget 2026-2027? So Kenya budget, or the national budget, was around this year was 4.82 trillion. Spending plan presented to Parliament by Treasury Cabinet by Secretary, that's John Badi. The fiscal framework aims to sustain bottom up. This year they say they are going to sustain the bottom up economy transformation agenda, that is better, while prioritizing on physical consolidation, infrastructure development, and social welfare. Yeah, so total breakdown was at national total expenditure. This is expenditure breakdown, whatever is going to be spent, that is breakdown. So at national government, this I think it's on the Kenya Gazette if I'm not wrong. So on the national government, the national government, they put on 2.878 trillion, of which executive receives 2.797 trillion. This legislature receives 50.78 billion, and the judiciary receives 30.4 billion. The executive is that is the president and the bigger people uko juu, the members of whatever, watu wote wako kwa hiyo executive. I think wako no, members of parliament are not in the executive. They are in the, I think they are in the somewhere between their legislature, and the judiciary is the courts and everything. And let me repeat, national government total was now 2.878 trillion, of which executive receives 2.797 trillion. The legislature, that is the members of parliament, receive 50.78 billion, and the judiciary, which is the laws, the courts, receive 30.4 billion. The county government, this year, this is the next year, financial year. Now this financial year 26-27, receives county government receives 495.5 billion in equitable share allocation. This goes all through they're sharing this amount of money through all the county governments, and the recurrent expenditure is at 3.538 trillion, and development expenditure is at 7.49 billion. 749 billion. That is the development expenditure. Now, to key sector allocation, and one of the biggest sector, which is education, which was the biggest, what they are saying is the biggest beneficiary, was 781.4 billion, which includes 56.7 billion for higher education loans, that is HELB. Then there is 4.9 billion to hire 20,000 intern teachers on permanent and pensionable terms. And then the second place, I think, is a health sector. But okay, I'll just talk this later. I'll just have my take. Let me just read. Health is 175.5 billion to advance universal health coverage, that is UHC, which included 19.1 billion for primary health care fund and 18.5 billion for combating HIV, TB, and malaria. Another key sector was housing and urban development. This is housing and urban development, which was 138.2 billion, with 50 billion specifically directed to affordable housing program, which is being fought by a lot of Kenyans right now. And then there is energy and infrastructure, which goes to 16.3 billion allocated for rural electrification huko Ushago, kuwekewa stima huko Ushago, alafu 7.5 billion for expansion of national grid. Then there's social protection, that is which was called NHIF before. So 25 billion for cash transfers to older person, and 8.9 for orphans and vulnerable children. Yeah, tumeelewana? Sijui kama tumeelewana hapo. And vulnerable children, tumeelewana hapo. So fiscal and revenue measures. The budget ordinary revenues to improve tax administration, digitize government services, and reduce wastage through e-government procurement system, outlines measure to curb accumulation of pending bills and support settlements in areas of select ministry, department, agency, whatever, all that. So that was the budget. So this is what my take is. This is my take. Now that we've read all that allocations and everything, and I'll start by saying I don't have a problem with the national, the whole budget. Actually, we have never had a problem with the whole budget. The whole everything. We have never had a problem with everything, with the total amount. The problem is, what are the keys sectors, like the total, like the key sector that the money allocated to these sectors, are they used? Why are there a lot of looting? Especially looting is what we condemn in these sectors. Like for national government, they allocated like 2.878 trillion, of which executive receives like 2.797 trillion. I don't think executive needs such amount of money. I don't think the executive needs such money. A lot of this money, like instead of legislature, which is the people who make those people who make laws and everything, should be given more power, so that when they mess, we can account to them. So we can account to them. So, but, and also judiciary. How can a judiciary be given 30.4 billion? That difference is so huge from the executive to the judiciary. Judiciary should be given even more than 500 billion. 500 billion. So that, I think, because a lot of judiciary system, you see, like cases in Kenya can take a very long time. Can take a very, 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 very long time. A simple case can go for 5 years. A very simple, like a theft case, like a simple dispute, can go for like 2 years. And it's just because of the delays of 1, 2, 3 things. Because maybe the judge was not there, maybe he was not something, he was doing 1, 2, 3, he was those issues. They need, like, others are just some things just need to be solved very quickly, so that they can ease congestion in this parliament. These courts, our courts are very congested. Every time you go to the courts, it's very congested. And also, you saw also, like this Mr. Harvey was showing how some law courts have like benches, old benches. But we cannot, and legislature is one of the key, judiciary actually is one of the key factor in this country. It's the one which helps a lot of Kenyans to run smoothly. I think that for that sector can be allocated more money, so that they can sort their issues. A lot of issue, more courts, more everything, so that we can have cases run quickly, and people, so that the people can be relieved. Not every time you're going to Milimani to do your case is being heard like 20 times in the span of 30 years. We don't need that. We need a system that is working very fast and efficient. Let's go to county government. County governments, that is the governors and everybody. They have been allocated like 495.5 billion in equitable. I don't have a problem actually with that. That one I don't have a problem totally. And this recurrent expenditure, I also don't have the key sector that I have a problem with education being given like the largest beneficiary, which includes 56.7 billion. You see, out of 781 billion, you see, it's being allocated. But we see like this, I don't know where all this money goes to, because in some counties, I think still people are learning under trees. Some institutions, national, maybe schools, there are some schools which students are still learning under. I don't know if it's a national government or whatever, but I think the government should work with the county government to make sure all these like schools should be, whether it's in Mandera, whether it's in Nairobi, should serve the student equally. Not others are in under a tree, and others are living in, they're having the best time and they're competing the same jobs, everything. That's not equity. We should develop these places. We have equal. Mtoto anatoka Turkana anasoma exactly the same na ule mwenye anafanya nini, whether ni primary school from huko chini all the way up to university. We have also university in these counties yenye nasaidia watu pia, naelewa. So this money a lot of this money will be stolen. Wacha niseme tu, a lot of this money will disappear and a lot will not be accounted for. Another one niliona pia health sector I think is second, which is okay, but I think health sector was also under. Health sector is one of the biggest sector that should never be neglected. A healthy nation is very important. A healthy nation is very important, because if you have a sick nation, you can never collect taxes. If you have a sick nation, you can never collect taxes. You'll always have expenditure. So I think if you want to collect more taxes, I think the health of your people is very paramount, very, very paramount. And allocating it 175 billion, which goes to universal health coverage, includes 9 for primary health care, which is very also low, and 18.5 billion for combating HIV, TB, and malaria. I think also those is just low. That one is low, and you cannot compare actually. They're almost the same with housing and urban development. You cannot. I think health can go up to 500. It's one of the key sector. After education, we should have, at least you'll have put maybe 500 billion for education. Then the 200 billion that is balanced, you take it to health, so that the health can be around 300, so that there will be more doctors, there will be more like medicines, there will be more, because these government hospitals are one in a hell. If you have gone to government hospital, you can die like on the table there, because the doctor is not there, the medicines are not there, the workers are doing this and that. I think it's one of the sectors that should be considered, top considered. Education, then health. Then the other one, which was housing and urban development. I don't think that one is I don't think that one private sectors can do that one. It's not. I think for me, I think it's housing and urban development should come, I think, last. I think the third one will be maybe energy and infrastructure. We need roads. We need a lot of energy. Some of the electricity. Stima zetu ni mbaya, wakati kunanyesha tu, you expect blackouts. Also, we need that energy to have productions of a lot of tunafanya industries, tufanya industry, we build things. To build things, to manufacture things, we need a lot of energy. But you find the bill is, right now, Kenya Power rise 2 bills every single day. The rising bills, water is just up there. Yani, it's not helping any mwananchi wa kawaida to live a comfortable life. So another one is social protection also. That one I can agree with that one. 25 billion for cash transfer to older person, and 8.5 for that one. I can agree with the government. I can agree with the government. So the other issue was that was all about. You can go also check it on their platforms, on the platforms of the budgeting 2026-2027 financial year. You can go check out on those things that were budgeted into details, and also maybe I can leave a link. You can go and check that out. But what is your take on this? So what do you think is the most priority in budgeting in Kenya? Because me, I think especially the executive, most of it is just eating fuel. It's just, these guys just have guzzlers and everything. Just, they waste a lot of money. A lot of money actually is wasted in Kenya than the ones which go to work. A lot of money is always wasted in Kenya instead of taking it to work. So I think if we can do better, I think that will be a very good thing, instead of just budgeting for the sake of budgeting and nothing is changing. There's nothing that is changing in this country. But okay, we can see a few development here and there, but with this money, I think much better needs to be done. I think Kenyans need to see where their money is going. I think that they need to see where the money is going. What is your take on this budget? What frustrated you about this finance bill, and what did you love about this finance bill, financial year budget and finance bill? What do you like about that? So if you watched this far, please, you can leave also a comment down on your comment down. You can comment down there, and tell us what you think. What are your thoughts? But that is my take, and see you on the next episode. Bye.